after you have kept away from sin for many months or many years, sometimes we fall back, and this creates this horrible feeling of guilt. So is this horrible feeling of guilt, disgust and resentment to falling back in sin something that you can use to take you out of it again? Or will you surrender and lose all your investment? Let's look into this critical question. Good day, everyone. Many of us, after repenting and after a long time of staying clean and clear out of the circle of sin, they start gaining too much confidence in themselves. They are lured into very small steps, very subtle steps, and this accumulates inside them. And then all of a sudden, they fall again in the same sin. And then when they fall again in the same sin, the first step of the same sin, they think it's just the first step. Nothing will happen. We are going to be able to not do the second sin. But then they do the second step, and then the third, and then the fourth, and then they find themselves doing what they have repented from. And then, after the end of the event, they wake up to the horrible fact that they have done again what they have promised themselves, promised their loved ones, and promised God not to do again. It is a very deep strike to human confidence and to human pride. It leaves a very sour and bitter aftertaste. It leaves a very strong feeling of guilt. And when you have this very strong feeling of guilt, this is the exact moment that the devil wants. He now comes onto the scene and he tells you this. Now look at your life. You have been clean and clear out of sin for many months, or for many years, or even for decades. And now you are back. It is as bad as having continued doing the same bad things for the last 4 or 5 years. So why go again into the same effort and repent again? Look back. If you die now, then the last of your deeds is bad, and you will be punished for it. So instead of repenting and wasting 4 or 5 more years fighting yourself, just let go. Just break off all of your promises, because you are going to break off them anyway. Break off them now. Just give in. I will show you the way of living freely. Look the other side, and maybe, instead of keeping on repenting and maintaining a straight path for 5 or 6 years and then falling, just do all what you want. And maybe after 5 or 6 years, you repent and you are closer to your death, and then you die clean. What is better? Live freely for 5 or 6 years and then repent in the last moment, or keeping clean and fighting yourself for 5 or 6 years and then falling back again? So this is Satan. This is the devil coming on the stage in the right moment. After he has lured you step by step and dragged you back into the rim of the circle of sin, he wants to push you in. He wants you to fall back again in the hole. He gives you the idea, he gives you the image that you are already inside the hole, while the truth is that you are not inside, you are just on the rim. Because falling occasionally, even if you do the full spectrum of the sin that you repented from, even if you, for example, have gone completely drunk after getting off alcohol, even if you have smoked a full pack of cigarettes after getting off cigarettes, even if you have let yourself to watch obscene imagery after you have held yourself away from it, even if, God forbid, you have taken a bribe after you have stopped it, regardless all of this, you are still at the rim. You are not back into the circle of addiction to sin, and He wants you to fall back. He wants you to do it day in, day out. And here comes the second scenario. The second scenario goes like this. An angel will come. Your inner soul, your good part of you will come. Your longing to God will come, and it will tell you this: no, you are not fully bad, you are not fully dark, you just had a moment of weakness. You just let go. You were too proud to take notice that you are weak enough to fall if you do not have your guard. So do not hate yourself. Hate what you have done. And since you hate what you have done, this feeling of guilt can be used to push out what you have done from you, to drag you back away from the rim of the hole, and you exit the circle before you fall down. It is not the same thing that you are very deep in the hole or you are still at the rim. It is not even the same thing if you are down 1 or 2 or 3 steps versus you are totally buried in sin. So which route should you take? Even if you have heard the trick of Satan and you have gone along with him for a few days or few weeks, it is still not very difficult to stop. You know why? Because you still have the feeling of guilt, and since you still have the feeling of guilt, it means that you are not fully buried in the sin. Because when you are fully buried, the feeling of guilt goes away step by step and you do not feel it anymore. You need a shock to wake up. Since you have already this awareness of guilt and despise and disgust from what you have done, it means you are not fully in and you can get out easily. But how can you get out? You can get out by doing this. You immediately repent. Say, God, forgive me. Go and wash up. Go and immediately pray. And now you have taken a great lesson, that it is not your strength, it is not your will, it is not your pride that is going to keep you away, it is God's help. So pray to God for His help. Tell Him, God, I am weak. I know I made a mistake. I know I have let myself fall in step by step. I want to get out immediately, and it is only possible with your help. Try to refrain from taking any further steps, but even if you do, keep praying sincerely. Try to fill your heart with the feels of regret and the feel of weakness versus the strength of God, and in the same time, strength versus the sin. Revert to fasting. Remember the time where you were fasting. Remember the time where this sin was completely out of your life, and gain from this the confidence and the assurance that you can get away from it. Remember the one more time approach. When the urge comes back, say, I will let it go for one more time, because you know the first time you exit sin, it took you weeks or months or years. This time you can get out in few days or few weeks. Just do this. Pray to God sincerely. Pray for His strength and help, and He will pick you up. In this case, you have used your feeling of guilt and resentment to what happened to push away the sin. But if you follow Satan, you will use the feeling of guilt and resentment to be resentment against yourself, and you will kill your good self and take the hand of Satan, who will throw you back in the hole. I pray for peace and happiness for those who keep on walking on the way of God when they're walking straight, and also keep on walking when they have fell down or falling back. Because the truth that you want to die on is that you have died on the way. Died on the way, walking, or running, or climbing, but not out of the way, surrendering to Satan's tricks. Please share this with those whom you need it. See you again soon.